Welcome to eTeacher Plus for Pakistan. eTeacher Plus for Pakistan is a program fully funded by the Regional English Language Office at the US Embassy Islamabad to promote virtual teaching and learning among students and teachers. These virtual professional development opportunities are provided through global online courses, massive open online courses, webinar series, and then engaging our alumni into lots of productive and meaningful activities. In Pakistan, the program is implemented by Evolution, and if you wish to gain more information about the program, please feel free to visit www.evolution.com.pk/eteacher. Under the eTeacher Plus for Pakistan program, we have launched eTeacher Pakistan webinar series, which provides our alumni an opportunity to share the gained knowledge from the online courses with the wider audience. Today, as a part of eTeacher Pakistan webinar series 1.4, we will be talking about some amazing tools that you can use to create language support activities. In addition to that, we will be talking about Google Sites, that is a platform which provides you an opportunity to create your own website that you can use to share these assignments and some resources with your students. To present on this topic, we have with us today Sara Siddiqui. She is alumna of Transitioning to Teaching Language Online, a course funded by the Regional English Language Office and offered by the University of Minnesota. Currently, she is working as a vice principal in public sector. She holds a master's degree in English language from University of Punjab and education from University of Sargodha. She has also earned a diploma in teaching English as a foreign language from Allama Iqbal Open University. Currently, she is enrolled as MPhil Scholar of Education in National University of Modern Language, Islamabad. She has an experience of past 7 years in the capacity of working as a resource person, mentor, and a teacher trainer. Sara was also awarded Teaching Excellence and Achievement Program Scholarship, again funded by the Regional English Language Office at the US Embassy Islamabad. This 6-week program offered an opportunity to Sara to attend an extensive professional development program at University of Northern Colorado. Ever since she is back from the exchange program, she has been engaged in her community extensively to disseminate the learning with others in her region. So we will be talking about Render Forest today and PlayPosit. PlayPosit is an amazing tool in which you can actually have quizzes in between a video when you are showing it to your students. Render Forest is yet amazing platform which helps you to compile your teaching and learning content into a form of a video. Apart from that, Sara will be sharing with you how you can create your own website with lots of resources for your students. So whenever they want to, attend a class or, read an assignment or see what you have posted recently, they can simply visit your website and get all the resources that you have put there for your students. So we are very much excited to learn such amazing resources from Sara, and we are very much glad to have her here today with us.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Sara Siddiq here, and today I'm going to share a few online tools with you which can help you in creating language support activities, and you can also use them to display or share those activities with others. Now, there are numerous online resources available for teachers to teach language in both their face-to-face classrooms and online as well. However, sometimes it is very hard to find a resource which accurately fits in the social and cultural context of students to relate to it. This arises the need for creating language support activities and content that fulfills the need of a particular class. It is even more difficult to find a platform to share the self-created activities within a teaching community that could benefit other teachers at large. This webinar will try to address both the points using the following tools: PlayPosit and Render Forest. These two tools will be used for creating online language material or activities. And the third one is Google Site. This will tell you how to share those activities with others. Using first tool, that is PlayPosit.com, I'll be creating an interpretive listening activity in front of you. So before I move forward, I'll give you a little introduction to this tool. PlayPosit helps you creating different online listening activities using a video. So the very first step for using this tool is you need to have a video. You can already work out on it. You can select a video on YouTube. You can watch it, create questions out of it. And once you are going to start using PlayPosit, you can add those questions in the video. So I'll be beginning the virtual simulation of that how to use Pleposit right now in front of you. The very first step is that you are going to click your browser. Here I've clicked Google, and in the search bar, I'll type you can directly type the address in the address bar. This will open the main page, and you can see two options. One is login, the other is sign up. So being new users, you'll click sign up. It will ask you four options to log in or sign up. And there are two options. One, I am an instructor and I am a student. When you are going to share this activity with your students and using a link, you need to tell your students that they will log in using I am a student login, but you are going to use it as an instructor. So I'll use my Google account to sign in. This will bring me to its main page. All the activities which as instructors you have created will be displayed on this side. But to create a new activity, you will click add UBL. You'll press enter. You can see this pane is viewed here, and this will ask you to complete the first step, that is video source. Now I have already worked out a video on COVID-19. So I'll be copying its URL from YouTube. I'll click YouTube here. I'll paste that address. It will automatically process and find that video from YouTube. Here you can change the name. I'm adding demo 2 here, and I'll press done. Now the second step is adding interaction. You'll start playing the video from here, and as you have created questions on different segments, you will stop at the segment and add an interaction there. So the first interaction I have created it on 17 second.
COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new coronavirus introduced to humans for the first time. It is spread from person to person, mainly through the droplets produced when an infected person speaks, coughs, or sneezes.
I'll stop at 17 second. The question which I have already formulated was COVID-19 spreads through droplets. Okay, now I'll add interaction here on 17 second. This will give you different choices to add questions. Multiple choice questions, check all, free response, fill in the blanks, discussion, poll. It's up to you whatever type of question you want to choose according to the level of your students. I'll go for multiple choice question. I've copied the question which I've already typed from a Word file, and using a short key, that is Control V, I'm pasting that question here. Now the options were coughs, speaks. I'll add another option, sneezes, or all above. You need to check the right answer. All these above are the right answers. So I'll click this one and I'll press done. Now this is how I've created my first interaction, and you can play from here again,
These
and
droplets.
wherever you want to add a segment, you can stop and add another interaction in it. After completing all the interaction, you'll click review, and here you'll go for preview. Now preview will show you the video, how your students are going to see it. And while watching the preview, if you feel like if there is any mistake, you can go back to the draft again and correct it.
COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new coronavirus introduced to humans for the first time. It is spread from person to person, mainly through the droplets produced when an infected person speaks, coughs, or sneezes.
Okay, on 17th second, the video stops automatically, and the question which I have created will be displayed in front of your learners. It will not start again if your students will not press the answer. So this is the first question. I press the answer. You can see the feedback is immediate. So you'll press continue and they'll move towards the next option. So I have seen the preview. There's nothing wrong with my activity. So I'll close this and move to the last section, that is save and exit. I've saved this activity and now it is ready to be shared with your students. I click here, click share, and copy the URL. You can paste this URL in LMS or any other platform which you are interacting with with your students. So this is how they can attempt your listening activity. Now, how can you use this tool in your classroom? It can be used for creating listening activities only. The choice of questions can vary, which may include pre or post listening questions. This can help in creating desired level of difficulty by the teacher. Self-created videos can also be used, and you can see the feedback is instant. Our next tool is renderforest.com, and I'll tell you how to create animated video using this tool. And that animated video will help me to teach present continuous tense to my students. Now, let me tell you one thing before I proceed. This video can be used for any purpose, and usually when I created this activity, after creating the video, I showed this video to my students and I have given them a quiz to attempt from this video. So it's up to you the way you want to use it. Let's begin its virtual tour. I'll go to Google again and I'll type render forest. This will open the main page. You'll click sign in. It will ask you to sign in using two options. One is Facebook, the other is Google. I'll again use my Google account. You can see there are different templates for creating video given here. And I'll be clicking this one, whiteboard animation. I'll click on create now. Add scene. Now there are different options for adding scenes here. You can choose male characters, female characters. You can also choose children as well. It's up to you. I'll choose my first character here and insert scene. Now, it is suggested that before creating a video, you need to have its draft already planned with you. So you can make a Word file with the draft and the scene, and even you can type the text you want to add it. I'll be adding only one scene with you. Okay, I have added this scene, and if you can see this here scene duration. Now, Render Forest offers you up to 3 minutes free video, and if you are going to add different scenes in it, you need to restrict the time within those 3 minutes. So the more the scene, the less you'll have time for each scene. So I'm just creating only one scene right now, so 14 seconds are enough. And then if I want to add music in it, you can see there are options given here for music. You can add a music of your choice, or you can record a voiceover as well. It's up to you. I'll not be using that right now. I'll just go to the next step, that is preview. I'll click free preview. Our free preview has been completed, and I'll play the video which I have created. It's a 14-second video. Once you see that there is no mistake in it, so you can click download from here and save it in form of MP4 in your computer. And later on, you can upload it on YouTube or in your Google Drive, wherever you want to share it, and you can give the link to your students to view it. Now, how can we use this tool in our classroom? So it can be used as an activity to assign students pictorial introduction of themselves or dialogue writing. Many variations can be introduced, for example, story writing, character sketches, vocabulary introduction, etc. The teachers can create her own videos to use for post activities like quiz and reading interpretive activities. The videos can be customized according to the context which students can relate to. And it is really fun for students to see or even handling those animations. So it's up to you the way you want to use it. Our next and last tool is Google Sites. Now, Google Sites is a very effective tool to create your own website for your students as well, or you can use it as a resource in which you can display all your created activities for your colleagues and other teachers to see, and they can also benefit from it. So I'll begin its simulation right now. Again, I'll go to Google Chrome and type Google Sites. We'll click sign in. It will ask you to choose an account. You will definitely have to choose your Google account to sign in it. Now, if you can see these bars, you'll click them, you'll see all the things that Google is offering free to you, like Google Documents, Sheets, Slides, Form, but I'll not go in detail on those. This is the main page to show you the different options for creating a website. If you can see these templates, they are already given templates. You can select a ready-made template from here for your site, or you can simply click a blank one to start your own website. Suppose I'm creating this mock website. You'll add the title of your site here. This is language support activities for middle school students. You can change the size of the font. You can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. You can make it in form of a heading. It's up to you. You can make it bold, and here you can change the background. You can add your own image or the or already given banners. It's up to you. Now to add the text in it, I'll click this text box, and here I'll give a little introduction to my website. I've given you the introduction. I can change its font. So this is how I have created the home page of my site. Now I'll click pages. See, the home page is already created. Now I'll add a sub page. For example, it's for the listening activity. I've added the page. The title is right here. Again, I go to insert a text box. The listening activity which I created using Pleposit, I have listed it in proper steps. I'll just copy and paste it there. See, the whole activity step by step is visible here. Now, I also want to include that YouTube video on COVID-19 in it. So for that, I'll be scrolling down and click YouTube. The URL which I copied in Pleposit, I'll again copy it, paste it here, press search. The video is found. I'll press select. Now it is embedded here. I can alter its size. It's up to me the way I want to. So I have embedded a video along with that activity. Now I'll click publish. Now for publishing the website, you'll type your specific address which you want this site to have. And for that, you can type any address, and if it's available for you to take on Google Sites, it will accept it. For example, this, you can see this tick mark here. It means that nobody has taken this address before. So I've taken it. So the full address to your website is this one. So I'll click publish. This site will be published. Now you want to share this site with your colleagues or your fellow students. You can click here, copy the link of the published site, and you can paste it in any LMS, or you can convey them using SMS or WhatsApp. It's your choice. Now, if you want to see that how this site is going to be viewed by your students or the viewers, so you'll click this preview pan. This is the page. This is the home page. I'll exit this. Now you need to convey this address to your colleagues or the people who you want to view it only once. And again, suppose you want to, if you keep on changing content in it and you want to add more pages, you can keep on adding them side by side, and you'll press publish, then it will automatically update your website. So you don't need to give them the address again and again. With this, I'll go to the main page of my sites. See the site which I have created right now, it's displayed here. Now I'll be giving you a virtual tour of one of my websites which I have already created. This is my e-portfolio for TTLO course, in which I have used different digital tools during the course. And all the activities which I have designed, I've listed them here in form of these units. If you can see this home page, it has a video introduction and a transcript as well. Let's view few options. This was the pre-course analysis. You can see I've added a PowerPoint presentation here. Now, any document you want to embed or add in this site, you need to upload it in your Google Drive. From Google Drive, you are going to take the shareable link and you are going to paste that link against each option if you want to include it. You can use embed, you can directly go to Drive from here to insert that documents. It's up to you. Now, how you can use this tool in your professional context? It can be used to create website for sharing activities or learning material, including books and videos with students and fellow teachers. It can serve as a display or publishing platform for self-created activities that can be served as a permanent source to be used as reference. It can provide a platform for students to access books, notes, and video lessons for self-paced learning. So you can be creative with it and use any way you want. Right now I'm running two websites. One is my e-portfolio, which I have showed you. The other one I have created for my school, and my all students are having an access to it, and I have uploaded all the books and video lessons there for them to see for reference. I hope you have gained something from these tools and you will keep on visiting different sites and tools, and you will try them. And with this, I'll end my webinar here, and I'll thank you for giving me time and listening to me. And I hope these tools will be very effective for you to use in your classes and beyond that. And in the end, I would like to say that please stay safe and stay in your homes and promote e-learning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for your time and the amazing resources that you have shared with our audience. I'm sure people are going to integrate these amazing resources in their classroom and let us know how they went. If you have comments, questions, and suggestions, please feel free to write us on eteacher@evolution.com.pk, and happy teaching and learning.